Now, next step in making our weather station is we have our weather vane, which tells which direction the wind's blowing from. Now we have to make a device called an anemometer. And the anemometer shows us how fast the wind is going. So today we're going to make that. So you don't need a lot of things for this. You need 4 Dixie cups, sort of like what you might have for the bathroom. Some tape, a pin again, another pencil with a good eraser, 4 straws, a pair of scissors, and a hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, just a pointy pencil. Okay, those are all the things we need, and I'll show you how we make this. The first thing we're going to do can be a little tricky, but it's not too hard. We're going to take one of our straws, and we're just going to do like we did last time, make a little slit on both sides. What this allows us to do is now we can put 2 straws together. So I'm going to put the straw that was cut over the straw that was not cut. And we're going to push it in a bit. And it may split your straw a little bit, but they should overlap about 1 inch. And I'm going to put a piece of tape on it just to hold it in place. Okay? Right where they meet. Okay? Oh. Have to make sure that's stiff. Okay, I'm going to put another piece of tape on just to make sure. So the straws stay together. Okay, got one done. Now I have to do the same thing to the other 2. So I'm going to cut a slit in one, and then I'm going to overlap them. And the one thing I'm going to do here is I want them the same size. So I'm going to measure it against the one I just did so that they're the same size. There we go. Close enough. And same thing, I'm going to put tape over where they join so it holds it together. And now the next part is we want to make a cross or an X. So we're going to do this, but we're going to tape the 2 together so they're right in the middle. This is a little tricky, but you look right for the middle, and you're just going to take some tape, and where they overlap, you're going to put some tape on. And this sort of has to be sturdy, so it's going to take a little tape here. You know, masking tape would work. You don't want to make it too messy either, but you want it so they're definitely holding together. Okay? Because we don't want our anemometer to fall apart when we make it. Okay? So there's that. It's all pretty sturdy. I got my X. Okay? Now, we're going to work on our 4 cups. With our 4 cups, these are a little bigger than I wanted. I actually wanted the smaller Dixie cups, but these should work as well. Now you're either going to take a pencil, or you're going to take, if you have a hole punch, hole punches work pretty well. We need to poke a hole through the cup because we're going to put the straw all the way through. So if you have a pencil, you just poke a hole big enough for the straw to go through. And then another one directly opposite, the opposite side. So I'm going to use the hole punch for this so I can show you how the hole punch works too. Hole punch in some ways is easier. Making sure it's right on the other side. And if you struggle, you can always ask Mom or Dad for help. And then you're going to put one through that way. Okay? So we have 1 cup. Now I'll show you how easy it is with a hole punch. I'm going to do it again. in, and then right above it. And we're going to put this one on. Now, the only trick with the cups is the opening of all the cups have to go in the same direction. Do you see how, here's the opening, here's the opening. Yep, I'm going to do that on all four. And I got one more. Now the one thing you really have to make sure that you have this right, otherwise it won't work, is you see the opening of the cups all go in one direction, right? You have to make sure it happens that way. Otherwise, if I have one going this way and one going this way, the wind's going to go like this. It won't allow it to spin. So you have to make sure that they're all going in the right direction, the same direction. So open cup, open cup, open cup, open cup. Now, because I did this with the straw going through, it the cups, when I pick it up, they all go like that. We don't want that. We want it to stay the way we made it. So here we have to tape again. So you just sort of have to take some tape and tape the straw in place. So I'm going to do that while it's here, sitting down. And here again, you know, if this is a little tricky for you, just ask Mom, Dad, hey Mom, Dad, can you help me with this? It's a little tricky. And I do that for all four cups. And if you find that it's moving, you can put on another piece of tape on the ends, you know, to do the same thing. So it just doesn't move. That cup turned while I was working at it. Okay. Now, if you tape this right, the cups should all not droop like they did before. And see how they're all facing the same direction. We're almost done. Now all we have to do is take our pencil and our pin. Now here again, you might have to ask for Mom or Dad help. Right where the straws cross, you're gonna poke that pin all the way through. Make sure you don't poke your finger. Okay? And then you're going to put this on top of the pencil just like you did last time. Now, when the wind blows, it'll move the cups. And in the bottom of the directions, it tells you how fast it spins will determine how fast the wind's blowing. If, per the directions, it says, oh, that's the wrong direction. If it says 10 turns per minute means the wind is about 1 mile an hour. So even if it's going slow and it does 10 in 1 minute, that means it's going 1 mile per hour. If I did 20 revolutions in 1 minute, that would mean it's going 2 miles per hour. And we can keep counting and see how fast this spins. So this is an anemometer, and you can go out and record the wind. And right at the top of our directions here, it talks about wind speed. 0 to 5 miles per hour is calm. 6 to 20 is a light breeze. 21 to 39 miles per hour would be moderate. It raises dust and flags begin to flap. 40 to 61, that would be pretty fast, strong. Large branches move, umbrellas turn inside out. And if it was like a hurricane, it would be 62 or more. Gale, this thing would be spinning so fast. So now you have your windmill or your weather vane, and you have your anemometer.